Not necessarily, not inherently.
Do you have any questions you want to ask
It's similar to a phrase that we have.
Yeah. So there's this guy that says like,
Wait, what's your name?
Ryan.
Okay, I'm Jay-Z.
Nice to meet you. So there's this boxer named Devin Haney that says something like it's all in God's plan, and he's like, he believes in Islam, but then he sues his opponent, you know, and complains a lot in general. It's like, why would someone say, you know, it's all in God's, like all in all His plan or whatever, but then they throw a fit when life doesn't go their way?
Well, I don't know who he is personally,
Yeah.
but those kind of behaviors are not very Islamic.
Okay.
So you can't say that Islam is bad just because this person did something bad. Like, Islam as a religion has no connection with him. His actions are completely different from our religion. Like, even I like to say, like you know, I'm representative, but then at the end of the day, I'm not perfect. Islam is perfect, Muslims are not perfect.
So do you think that someone should ever complain if they believe in Islam?
Complain about what?
Anything.
No, because we believe that God will give us probably, like, you know, what we need to learn.
Okay.
Or not really, because in our religion we are supposed to be grateful to God for everything, whether good or bad, because He's testing us. And it's I used to have a quote here, like, we're here not to be happy.
I'm Ryan.
We're here not to be happy, but we're here to, you know, accept what God wants us to. We're here to be tried, not to be happy.
So what's better about the religion of Islam versus any other religion?
Because it's the truth. If you want to fully understand why we're here and live a easy life, like a life in peace, then that's why you would want to be Muslim. It says in Surah Al-Fajr, what number is Surah Fajr?
I'm not sure the exact number. I know the surah. There's not a number. Oh, sorry.
I found it. Never mind. I found it.
Okay.
So in Surah Fajr, it says here,
Yeah, I know.
that God will say to the righteous,
righteous.
O tranquil soul, return to your Lord well pleased with Him and well pleasing to Him. Join my servants and enter my paradise. And the only people who can enter paradise who live this life here peacefully, internally peacefully, and then you can go to heaven peacefully too.
So how do you know it's the truth when there's a lot of other religions that say their religion's the truth?
Well, that's up to you to find out.
Okay.
For me, at least, I know it's the truth because I believe.
Well, sorry.
Okay, you can answer. You can answer. No, you can answer.
Okay. So, I like the hat. Very good. I was gonna say, what religion are you? Are you agnostic?
I'm an atheist. I'm a Gnostic atheist.
So agnostic or atheist?
I'm a Gnostic atheist.
Gnostic is, what does that mean? I'm sorry.
So like, one has to do with like what you believe, and one has to do with like what you know. So like, agnostic means you don't know, Gnostic means you know, and theism has to do, a theist is, someone that like believes in like God. So like, I'm atheist because I don't believe in a God, and I feel like I know God doesn't exist. But if someone's agnostic, that usually means like they're not sure if God exists.
So you're completely sure that God does not exist, or are you?
I mean, I can't ever be 100% sure of anything, but I feel like I'm sure enough that like,
What makes you sure that God doesn't exist?
just like, well, at least the God of the Bible, I should say. I don't know for sure, like, because there's no need for a God, and like everything in the, like, there's just so much proof for evolution and yeah.
No, sorry, I do not mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But the fact that you would think that there's no need for a God, it's still not, like, if you as a person, does not mean that God does not exist. So like, what is your like reason for would say that there's no God? Like in the Bible, God, right?
Because if there is a God, why would He have our retinas upside down? That's a defect. So if He's such a perfect creator and created us, why would He create us wrong? And same with giraffes, they have the laryngeal nerve, that the few inches from the brain, but instead it goes back to the heart and then to the brain. Like, that's not intelligent design. Like, that's like proof that God didn't create a giraffe, or if He did, He purposefully made it like unintelligent design.
Wait, do you like math?
A little bit.
What's your major?
Well, I already graduated with a master's in environmental science, but before that it was a bachelor's in business, and I've taken other classes, like I have an associate's in criminal justice.
I'm in business major too, but recently I've been loving math so much. And do you know the golden ratio?
I've heard of it, something, yeah.
So it's like this. Basically, it's like this is. Can you see it? I'll find the picture so it doesn't close my phone. Like this, golden ratio. Or in a more smaller form. Like this.
Okay.
Have you seen this before?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen that specific picture.
So this is not theorized, like actually proved. Like everything in nature has that. Even art, Mona Lisa, and all the arts have that. So my theory is that if everything in nature is like this, right? If you see here, most are like almost perfectly in the middle. But there should be some that are outside. And if you want to see that perspective in like, oh, is this genius or not, that, you know, some people are living like, you know, they're blind or deaf or something, that means they're like out of the circle. They're rare. And that is necessary for the balance of life.
Okay, I just mean for me, everything would have to be perfectly designed. I'm not talking about some people that have a disorder or whatever are born with one less arm. I'm talking about, you know, the average person.
Okay.
Every single person has their retina upside down.
Okay.
So that's not just like a few people, that's everybody.
Okay.
Like, so it's like, why I could understand like God allowing maybe suffering or whatever, but like I don't think it makes sense to say that he would create us like purposefully in an inefficient way. For what reason? Just to get more people to not believe in him?
Well,
Oh wait, do you think you can make something perfect? If you can create something perfect.
Well, more perfect than more perfect human, yeah.
Than what, you know, God has created, which is regular human. Then do you think you can do that? Just you, or maybe with some other science?
I mean, theoretically, yes. Like God could have.
Not God, just like humans. Because, you know, if you think he's unintelligent and he's created us, which is unperfect, do you think we can create something perfect?
I'm not saying he's not intelligent. I'm saying that it's like not perfectly intelligent like the Bible or other religions claim.
No, that's not what we claim.
You don't think God is completely perfect? Like God is flawed in some way?
God is perfect. We are imperfect.
So,
We are.
okay.
Even our understanding right now is imperfect. We cannot understand his wisdom.
Our ideologies,
Yeah.
our
So
thinking,
nothing-
the way
yeah.
we go through the world, in a sense, is we are imperfect. But the reason why I'm saying is that you already have Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Because you basically said there's no God. You just have to accept the fact that Allah is the only God.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But you don't know anything about Islam.
Yeah.
So technically, you're just on the edge because you only know about the Bible.
I used to be an atheist
So-
myself.
So yeah,
But
What-
what?
I used to be
You wanna
agnostic myself, but
You wanna,
not really.
You want to explain what brought you to understanding that there's a God? Because you said you were atheist.
What
that
really
might-
opened my mind to the idea was that I considered science a lot. I used to be a very scientific person. Science is the only truth. But I mean, over time, I came to realize that science doesn't have all the answers, and science doesn't claim to have all the answers. So, for example, the Big Bang. I mean, I assume you believe in the Big Bang.
Yeah.
No, that's the first time.
What
That's the
always,
explanation.
what
Literally
didn't
everything
really
that anyone
make sense
is
to me
related.
about, well,
This is like
okay, so
Allah's,
I thought about the Big Bang, and I realized that something had to come from nothing.
I went to
You know, there was
statistics
a
class, and I was thinking
spontaneous
about that. Everything in
eruption,
statistics
basically,
relates to
that
Because
that
it's just like
spread out
mathematics.
matter all across the
Blue ones
universe,
are like
and it's
money.
still being spread out. The universe is still expanding, and that always. But science can't pin down a start. Scientists theorize that everything all the matter in the universe was compacted so tightly that the pressure forced it out. You know, but where did that matter come from? How did it become so compacted? That's what made me
we're relatively around.
In my mind, at least. I mean, I feel like accepting that by itself is the same as accepting religion, in the sense that, like, this doesn't have all the answers. This is we don't know what caused this. Believing that it just happened on its own, that there is nothing behind it, I feel like, at least, is much the same as accepting that there was something behind it, in the sense that it's equally as far-fetched of a claim. That's what opened my mind more so to accepting the idea that there was a religion. Because, like, if you look at science, the golden ratio, for example, everything is just so unique, and so, like, the amount of coincidences that had to happen for everything to end up the way it did is just astounding. For even life in itself, you had to have the universe created. You had to have planets created and formed. You have to have the solar system formed exactly the way it did. The Earth has to be in the exact position it is. It can't be closer, it can't be farther in order for life to exist. You had to have water come down onto the Earth. You had to have, like, iron and stuff come down to the Earth. You had to have a planet collide with the Earth to create the moon, to control the tides, And then from there you have to have life evolve from chemical goop in the water, and then over time slowly form into what we have now. And I feel like just accepting that there's nothing behind that feels to me about the same as accepting that there is something behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I mean, that's why a lot of people believe in religion, but I'm saying, like there's just, like, it is, yeah, unlikely, but in the size of the universe and given enough time, all those very low probabilities become, like, not that, hard to believe. So, you can believe that matter has always been eternal, so the Big Bang didn't come from nothing. It's like, and then for God, it's like, where did God come from? So yeah, I guess you could say it takes about as much faith to believe in God as the Big Bang. But my point is just, there's just so much explanation for everything without a God. Like, I know it's unlikely, but it's still like, there's a lot of evidence that shows, like, it's possible without a God.
But what particularly gets me, though, is that the universe has rules. Very, very structured rules. Like the golden ratio,
Yeah, like in statistics. I can prove that to you in statistics.
Math and statistics. It's a very ordered universe.
I can prove that to you question in statistics. I just did in class.
So there's, like, also
nature, yeah.
I just thought it was really funny, but
yeah,
but if you saw, I don't know if you've ever heard this analogy, anyone's ever given you this. You've probably heard it 1,000 times, but I'll say it again. So if you ever seen, like, a pizza, right? Like, if you just saw a pizza right here, you would know someone made the pizza.
Okay.
Right? Like, you would never think that the pizza would just spawn out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But something as complex as this universe couldn't have spawned out of nowhere. There had to be a maker. That's what I just, like, the simple thing. That's literally it. Like, it's like, that's how the logic I view it is in the sense of, like, anything. Like, even if this book right here, like, you would not tell me that this just somehow, like, wood fell off the tree and then the rain came and then all of a sudden the golden text came and the words just, like, by themselves printed the way they are. That's not possible. Humans, we wrote it, we printed it, we did it ourselves, right? The camera you're using, you cannot tell me it came out of nowhere. You cannot tell me that. The hat you're wearing, the jacket, you will literally never think that came out of nowhere. The same thing. What happened? No, it doesn't happen?
She wanted to jump in.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Give me 1 second. So in that sense, something as complex as you that literally can that's able to think and decide and to debate in your mind whether God is real or not, for you to be able to reproduce. You know the steps of how it works, science tells us. Like the fact that the sun rises at a certain time, the moon, the earth, how it revolves, the way the weather goes, the way that you're literally breathing every single second that you're talking without your thinking. Your your parasympathetic nervous system is working to digest your food. Whenever you're like in trouble, sympathetic kicks in. When your heart is pumping, smooth muscles is without your motor control. The way you think, your sensory, I touch you, you will literally feel it in a second. For some reason, humans can come to the conclusion that happened without a maker. But you'll never think a car was made without a maker. Like, you have to think of it, you have to, that's like the plain way. I'm not really into like understanding the Big Bang Theory and how that works and everything. But that small fact that everything has to have a designer and a creator. Everything has a purpose. Everything humans make has a purpose. Your camera has a purpose to record.
Yeah.
This book has a purpose to
Do
read.
you, does Islam believe in like a hell
Yeah.
for people? And
But it's and hell is that, are you talking about the Day of Judgment? Like, do you believe in the Day of Judgment or no? Do you believe in life after? Oh, I forgot to ask.
no, I don't believe in an afterlife.
So you believe after you die you just decompose and die?
Yeah.
Oh, so basically you believe that once you die it's end game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you don't believe in okay, then no worries. Totally fine. So, but let me get back to the point about this. So everything we make has a purpose.
Yeah.
And we were created for a purpose. That's what I'm going to bring Islam in right now, but before I bring that in, I wanted to just explain that. We ourselves have a purpose. This book has a purpose to read. Your jacket to keep you warm. Your t-shirt, maybe it's fashion, Trump, whatever. I'm not sure why Trump and Biden is on the...
Oh, this is saying Joe and the hoe gotta go.
Oh, I thought okay. And then, okay, that's cool. So that has a purpose, right? This has a purpose, right? Trump.
Yeah.
Your shoes to walk to protect your feet, right? Everything has a purpose. Every single thing. Literally, every single thing you could possibly think of that's created by something has a purpose. You have a purpose. The thing that a lot of people get lost is we don't know our purpose when we're on earth. And that's what leads us to get into different rabbit holes and different things, different thinkings, different ideologies. Because we don't have a purpose. Islam, when do you think Islam started?
I don't know, probably thousands of years ago.
From the beginning of time, Islam started. Because you know what the word Islam means?
Yeah.
You know what it means or no?
No.
Islam means to submit that there is the oneness of a creator, that there's one creator that made everything on this earth. That's literally what the word Islam means. And every religion that you think like Jesus was given what? What was Jesus given? What book? Oh, you don't know? Jesus was given the book, the Bible.
Okay.
Like the Bible, technically the Word of God given to Jesus. Moses was given the Torah. You know, I'm not sure. I'm asking you about like.
Oh, you mean like the Old Testament?
Like the Old Testament.
Okay,
the books, yeah. So they're all given. The thing is that every single one of them are Muslim. Every single one of them are Muslim. Muslim means a person that submits that there's only one creator. Islam means to believe that there's one creator. Muslim is like the person. Like I would say you're a Muslim. If you're a Muslim, you would say I'm a Muslim. The religion is called Islam. It means that the religion that submits that there's only one creator. All those religions that you think that are different religions, they're all Islam. They're all Muslim. Through time, God gave different books for different people to convey the same message of the oneness of God and to keep us to understand our purpose and our direction on this earth, because God is basically telling you that you're not on this earth forever. You're only on here for 80 years. It cannot be done after 80 years. You know how fast 80 years goes? Like have you ever talked to old people in the hospital? I felt like it was a blink of an eye. Like we're not made to just poof after that and nothing happens, because this place was literally created as a design, as a, how do I say this, a testing ground. Just like if you were taking an exam, maybe while you're in the exam you might think like, this is the end of the world, bro, like this is taking forever. But that's just the exam. God's words have been sent through to the Bible, the original Bible, that's not been changed. Because what happened is, books were given to the prophet, and messengers were the ones that passed down the books and relayed them to the people, right? To give them the same message of what was the message I told you? The belief in the oneness of God and the direction, having a direction. Because right now you don't have a direction. You literally feel like you're purposeless. You literally feel like if you died, nothing. So what's the point? Why not go do whatever the hell you want then, right? Why not go drive a car off a cliff, right? If you have no purpose. Like God honors us so much, there of course has to be a purpose. Think about this. We are all, out of every creature on the earth, we're given the best complex mind. We're given the power to literally create the concrete you're standing on, because this was grass before, right? And the clothes you're wearing, and to cover ourselselves, and to think, and to make AC, air conditioning, and all this stuff. And you think that we don't have a purpose and we're supposed to just die after making all this? No. Animals are different. Animals are the ones that they end up, when they die, they decompose them, because they technically don't have logic. God honored us among every creature on this earth. Made us the rulers of earth. We're literally the rulers. It doesn't matter how big an elephant is, doesn't matter what it is. One shotgun, boom, out of it's over, right? Because we have to have a purpose. We can't be here for no reason. Imagine just walking around with no purpose. That's why you have people that are prone to, they get into mental illness, stuff like that. Of course, mental illness is a real thing. It can happen to anybody, that even when you realize things. But they end up ending it for themselves because they feel like, if I end it, it's over. I don't got to worry. I don't have a purpose. I don't know what I was doing here. But this book is giving you the direction. It's telling you that you have a purpose. And it's the same message. I know you thought like there was some really different stuff. The thing is, God's words are perfect, man is not perfect. Man will never be perfect. We were created as a test. It's just like everyone has different tests. I told you this before. Like every single person is given different tests in this world because this is our testing ground. But when I say this, in terms of the Quran, the Bible was given to Jesus. Moses was given what? What did I say Moses was given? The Torah.
The Torah. Yeah.
They were all given their book to preach the one message. What was the one message I told you?
The oneness
of God. There's only one God. There's only one God, the creator of everything. There's no son with him. No one is like him. He's omnipotent. He's the most.
Oh, so does Islam not believe in Jesus?
No, Jesus.
Or do they believe he was a real person but not like part of God?
We believe that Jesus was another prophet that was given the book, just like Muhammad was given the Quran, just like Moses was given the Torah. He was just another one that was passing the same message of what was the same message?
Okay. Just the oneness.
The oneness of God. I'm just trying to make
just like trying to like brainwash me. Almost seems like.
No,
Okay.
not even brainwashing.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Okay.
So I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm brainwashing you. That same message, literally the same message was given completely through time. The only difference is that the Quran was given to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as the final message to humanity, meaning that after him there were no more prophets going to be sent down. To remind others, the Quran was given. And that's why the Quran is, out of all the books, is the only one kept in its intact form. How was it preserved? Do you know how was it preserved?
But what you just said, and then it's...
No, I haven't said it.
Oh, I don't know.
The Quran was preserved because the Quran was written in Arabic text, right? And through the ages, God has made people memorize the entire book. So letter for letter, the Quran has never been changed since it was revealed to the last Prophet Muhammad. And this was given to us as the seal of... He was the seal of prophethood. So you know what seal means? Like the last.
Okay.
Yeah, a prophet. And the Quran was given as the word to the rest of humankind to preach the world. Same message, which is oneness of God. There's only one God. And then, of course, other rules like respect your parents, be kind to others, and direction. The reason for this book literally is called Manual to Life. You see Quran, but it's literally called Manual to Life. How to find your purpose. Literally, this book is to find your purpose, so that you understand that this life is so short. You're only here. There's a verse in the Quran that literally tells us that when we look back at our time on earth, when we are resurrected back, we will literally tell ourselves, man, we will feel like we were only on earth for a day, because that's how short it is compared to what's coming. But some people literally believe that this is the end, when it's just a testing ground. And our purpose is, like I said, right? Worship God, respectful, be kind. And when I say worship God, I don't mean like praying all day long. Worship God is in the way you act, the way you talk to people, the boundaries you set for yourself, the rules, because all every rule that you would ever see in the Quran is all rules of that will bring goodness to you, right? For example, no drinking. We know what drinking does, right? Drunk driving, killing. You literally lose your logic. Like you drink something to lose logic. Like how funny, right? People do it. All the Quran really tells you like why. Gives you so everything that's ever prohibited in the Quran, there's a reason, and it's for our own benefit, so that we stay on the path of what?
The oneness of
God, and to the path of doing what's right, so that we enter.
Heaven? Okay, yeah. Whatever it's called.
Yeah, because this is to pass the test. Sorry, to pass the test. Just think of like an exam. If you're in an exam, they tell you the rules. Don't take out your phone. Don't talk to your classmates, right?
So
that's it.
I mean, aren't people like punished though if they don't believe in God?
What happens when you fail the test?
Oh, you mean you fail?
Like what happens when
you think they deserve to go to hell if they don't believe in God? Or whatever Islam says?
So the one thing is that about heaven and hell is that we don't enter heaven and hell by what we think. Like I can never tell you that you're going to go to hell because you don't believe in God.
Okay.
Because the reason we enter into paradise is because of the mercy of God. God's mercy. For Him to literally allow people to live when we do wrong things, when we make mistakes. The people that have in history that have done.
But he made us that way though. So it's like He's going to punish us for acting in a way that He let us act.
The thing is that He made us with it. He made us among different from every creature. Angels were made, right? Angels, you know angels. You believe in angels or no?
No.
Oh, sorry. Okay. No worries. But out of all the creatures, there's angels. That we believe there's angels. We believe there's jinns. We believe in these different things. The one thing that we have among all the other creatures that we're given the choice. We've been given choice. Mm-hmm. And for us to be given choice means that we can make decisions. Unless you wanted to not have a choice and be a robot, right? Like that's the difference. And so of course we can make our decisions, but that's because God gave us choice, right? And where was I? I lost my train.
Even for people that say they're like toddlers or babies and they don't have the mind to think about if there's a God or not, like do those people go to hell because they didn't believe in God?
Definitely not.
Okay, so where does one draw the line then of whether you should have known that there was a God or whatever? Like
the message comes to you. when the message comes to you. The only way God is merciful. He only judges you based on you. It even tells us if someone was to be killed before the Bentley, no way, look who it is. How's it going?
I think like my next tabling. Really good.
And then so as I was saying, like there's rules. There's like things in the Quran. Like God is merciful. Like if someone was to pass before the age of puberty, right?
Yeah.
They're going straight to paradise. They're not even judged. Someone that was killed unjustly, someone that was autistic, someone's like born with mental disorder.
Yeah.
That's a test from God, right? Straight to paradise. They don't even get questioned. So it's only when the message comes to you and you're aware of the message. Like right now, I'm telling you the message.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Basically. So everything is like, and we don't enter paradise and hell because of our thoughts and our thinkings, our actions. We enter because of the mercy of God. Literally out of God's mercy. I think we're like that.
So is it like kind of saying that like?
You want Quran?
Yeah, I guess like I'm kind of thinking of it for some reason as it's like someone like is going to hell if they've heard about the idea of God and they're able to mentally understand it and they choose to not believe in it, but it's almost seems like
if the truth reached their heart and they agree that that's the truth and they decide not to.
I mean, because I don't feel like I ever agreed that. You mean like if someone ever thought they were a Christian
and still they're not going to hell. Still not going to hell. Still
okay,
no.
well then
Still
no one's going to hell then, right? Like from that logic, no one's going to hell.
Still they're not going to hell in the sense of like, I cannot tell you they're going to hell because I told you we enter paradise, and where we go is based on the mercy of God, and that's for us to find out. But we know what we're supposed to do and what we're not supposed to do. If I can see someone going to hell, it's like someone that God's mentioned in the Quran that's like was a tyrant that oppressed people in the land and stuff, and like someone that does something like that, then that person that was like God said like this person is going to hell like from their actions, from the choices they chose to make.
Is that how someone goes to hell in the Islamic religion? Like is by their works and not what they believe?
There are some people that literally like if they are a tyrant, someone that killed people, that does stuff like that. There are people that are mentioned like that they've taken a seat in hell because every single person has a seat in both places, right? Mm-hmm. And we get to choose where we want to sit. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
But in terms of like belief and like if you believe in the oneness of God and if you believe in this, that brings you to believe that there's a creator, to believe that there's a divine teacher, to believe that there is another life after death is what brings you into the mercy, into paradise, right? Of course, I can literally not go up to you and be like, if you were atheist for the rest of your life, I cannot tell you, well, you're going straight to hell, because I don't know, because I'm not God. I can't make that call, right? Yeah. I can never make that call, right? But this is the truth that God tells us to follow, right? And we will be questioned from the choices we make. Like if the truth came to you, and if someone's, if you know the truth, if you've heard the truth, and like in the time of the Prophet, there were people that literally knew that Islam was the truth. Like they literally knew what was going on. They understood that this is the last message. The Bible, the Injil had because the Bible, actually, they're all connected. They're all Muslim. They're all words of God. Every single one of them is the same thing. Each book talked about the next book coming. So the Bible talked about the Quran coming. People knew this at the time. They were Christian at the time. But they decided, because they wanted to keep their wealth and their money and their status and like what they are, they didn't want to accept it. And a lot of them out of ego, which is the human desire, of like, we're not going to, because the Prophet Muhammad came from like the Arab side, they were more on like the other side of the chain of the prophets. So they were like, we're not going to accept the message when they knew it was the truth, when they knew it was the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well then, isn't that them knowing it's the right thing, but outwardly pretending like it's not? Like couldn't they still go to heaven because they believed in, or maybe it is by works. I don't know that much about Islam, whether it's more by it, maybe it's by works and it could be by what you believe, or I don't know.
It's literally by the mercy of God.
Okay,
because God could literally,
so could it be like either or, like for example though, if you believe in everything in the Islamic religion but you're a bad person, you're saying you could go to hell?
No, because your actions.
Possibly because of your actions?
Yeah.
Okay, because
and there's also mentioned in the Quran of people that will be in hell for a little bit and they'll be in Jannah after. Because of their actions, they get the punishment for their action, and then because later on, like let's just say for someone, I can't give you like a specific example, but like there are people that are going to be in hell at first because of their action, and then they will go to paradise afterward, in a sense, right? Because having the belief that there's a oneness of God will get you into paradise. Just itself. Even you might take a longer route or something, right? Because people have different journeys to God, right? But if you if you have the certain belief that Allah, God, is one, and there's no one associated with Him, there's no partners with Him, He's the one that created everything in this world. He's the designer of everything that's here, and you believe in the afterlife and the day of judgment. Like, you have to believe in these things to even, like, you know what I mean? And you believe in the afterlife and the day of judgment. You believe that we're here for a purpose, which is to worship God, and we understand that this ground is not perfect. We're not supposed to be perfect here, and that we're going to be tested here. That will lead you to paradise. That belief will lead you to paradise. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, that will eventually lead you to paradise.
Okay.
And that's what I was trying to explain to you, because like you can't expect to be literally born with this much logic, the fact to be able to create what humans have made in history, and the things we have done, whether it's good or bad, and expect that we were literally made to just die, decompose, and there was no purpose and nothing. It doesn't make sense. It will never make sense. Everything we make has a purpose. Everything. I don't know, from head to toe, what I'm wearing has a purpose.
Yeah.
Even the shampoo, the conditioner I use on my hair has a purpose, right? We are so complex more than that. We're more complex than a book. We have to have a purpose, and we have to have a maker. You know, we have to. There's absolutely no way that we don't have a maker and a purpose. That's literally what I'm trying to make you understand. Of course, humans, we are not perfect, but we have a purpose. And that the Quran and every book that was given to Moses, Jesus, all the prophets, which was the same Islam, preaches the same message that your purpose on this earth is through this. This earth is not like your place. You can have fun, you can have whatever you want to do in the bounds and the rules of God that will keep you on the right path, so that you're able to pass your test, you know, paradise. And your purpose is to worship God. And that's our purpose here. And we're here for such a short time.
Yeah.
You're probably like, what? How old are you?
32.
32. You'll be 50 in before you know it. You'll look back and you'll be like, where did all that time go? Time goes so fast. As the world gets closer to the end, it goes faster. You see months feeling like days. You see weeks become like this. We're not made to just poof. We're not animals. We're not created without logic. We're not created without reason. We're not created without purpose. And we have a maker.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to share.
Yeah.
But I really would love it. I think you have an open heart. Whether you're agnostic at the moment or atheist, and I think reading the Quran will be a good start. I know you don't know anything about it. I just gave you a little bit of a rundown, but reading the Quran, if you ever get a chance, there's English. The Quran is translated in English. If you ever search up online called the Clear Quran,
yeah,
take your time. Just maybe one day, just open it up, try to read something, try to see what it says. Start from the first chapter, see what it says, and you might be surprised.
Yeah,
you might find a purpose.
Yeah.
You might realize something that you never thought for all your years of being on this earth.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you ever do, come back here. I go to the school, so.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have Instagram?
Yeah.
Do you wanna like follow our page or like look at it? Just
Sure.
have it on the URL in case if you want to ever look. And
Yeah.
on there. Also, you could also follow mine. I just have I post like recitations from the Quran. Of course.
Okay. What is it?
Sorry, I'll give you mine.
That's like this herb. Like if
It's like my business page, so
it's so good.
it's like it has like sorry.
Oh yeah.
How do you underscore? I don't use
Oh, it's that and then yeah.
And it's gonna have that same effect again and again and again when you eat it.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
not gonna be diminishing.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So in my page, I post recitations from the Quran. Like they're in Arabic. A lot of them have the translation under them. Like if you look, it has the translation under them.
At least
Yeah.
like I have like no
And then
events,
this school we have a MSA page. We have events, so you can always come. Like we have like fun events, not just like Islamic events. Like we have a snowboarding trip next in January. We have like cool things, so you can always pull up if you want to.
first like initial ideas.
So,
Yeah, mostly just visiting here, checking out the campus, reading books in the library, like German or geology. I just got to figure out how to search the catalog to see where all the books are.
These are all the events are posted and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm telling you, I feel like you will, like, right now you might feel a little bit of like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing here? I don't got
I mean, I do feel like I don't have enough of a purpose sometimes, and I feel like atheists are more likely to become depressed or mentally ill.
Exactly.
And I feel like I've gone through a little bit of that because I grew up as a Protestant Christian where it's like, it's not works that saves you, but just like believing in God, no matter what type of person you are. And I never really believed in that or God or Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is not real.
I mean, Yeah, like even when my parents, said it was Santa Claus, I'm like, that's your signature. Like I knew their writing whenever I was like 6 years old or 5 or I don't know. It was just kind of funny, but it's just like, yeah, it's normal for sometimes parents to lie to kids. Well, for at least for that. But like for religion, yeah, I know they weren't trying to lie to me for that. They really did believe in it. But like I just felt like I only said I was a Christian because I felt like I was supposed to, like all my friends, but I never really believed in it. Like I don't think I ever believed that there was a God or Satan or angels, or I would just question the Bible a lot. But I think I would have believed in it if my parents
give you a lie or give you an understanding.
No, I mean if they just didn't argue with each other all the time. Because if they all got along, then I think, okay, maybe this makes sense because our family it's working out. Like maybe this is true because we're a happy family. But the fact that there was so much turmoil and I didn't feel like I was treated correctly by people. Well, yeah, but especially my immediate family, I really started questioning it. My older brother's transgender now. My younger brother believes in it. He believes in it. But like us two, we've moved apart from the religion.
But no, yeah, I'm sorry that that happened to you. But you have to like as I said. Also, what is this place? I remember as I mentioned, testing ground.
Okay.
Yeah, right? And we're given different tests, right? Some people literally have a test that born without an arm, right? Or somebody's tested with one parent. I mean, I didn't have a father when I grew up. My father left me when I was 2 years old.
Yeah.
And I don't know who he is, Never came. My mom was a single parent. She raised me all by herself. That's my test, maybe. I have a brother that went through depression. I had different tests. I had my brother. I've had different things, different things happen to me. I've gotten in a car crash that almost could have killed me. Like, these are tests. Tests. And life will give you tests, right? But remember, religion's perfect. God's perfect. Islam is perfect. Now, I'm not going to say religions because people will be switching stuff up. The religion of Islam, which is, what did I tell you Islam means? Believing that there's one God. That's perfection. God's perfect, but we're not perfect. Our actions are not perfect. Your parents' relationship, they might have just not been compatible. They might have just literally were opposites of each other. They got married and fell in love, but weren't good for each other. They could have gotten bad habits. Maybe your father had like bad habits that caused them to be like just more aggressive to your mom. Maybe they just had bad things they grew up with. That has nothing to do with your purpose. Your innate purpose of what? Worshiping God, doing your best to reach the next life. Right? That's what you have to understand. But when you have a purpose in life, when you have a purpose in your day is different from a normal day, right? Because then you feel like you woke up and you're not just like, what do I do today? And you don't feel like lost. Even just the fact that people set goals the night before, like when I wake up, I'm going to run a mile, I'm going to work out for 30 minutes, I'm going to read this book, I'm going to do this. That itself, when you wake up, you feel like you have a mission. You feel enlightened because as humans, we innately have a purpose that we want to do something. So our ultimate purpose is worshiping God and hopefully passing this literally short amount of time on this earth, so that we're able to get rewarded for it, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you need to find. That's what you need to understand. That's what I feel like you reading the Quran will get you.
I just think like it would be nice to feel like I have a purpose, but like I don't feel like I should.
We can go back in the shade. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna talk to someone. So like for a purpose, I was just thinking it would be nice, but like, am I really gonna believe in something that's not true just to have a purpose?
But I want you to find the truth for yourself before you believe. I'm not telling you to believe in the truth.
Because I feel like I found the truth. It's just like it's not as comforting as religion because it doesn't talk about a purpose and whatnot. It just talks about why things are the way they are. So
the thing about Islam is that when I talk about Islam, I mean like the whole line, right? The same thing I said, right? It's like the divine purpose of why we're on this earth. And then there's many people as humans, because a lot of humans have come to the conclusion of like maybe we're atheists or something, and then they try to make up their own way of thinking that there is a purpose, right? But the reason of religion of God coming down, God, Allah, right? The one God, is to give us a direction on this earth, like a direction. will always keep us on track, because if we don't, we'll get into everything, right? Like I don't know, I forgot if it is to another person. Like humans, we are wild. We'll literally do whatever we want. Well, if we were left alone, we're the makeup of the environment. Like if you're around, you remember like if you're around like bad people or people that are drinking or smoking, what happens?
Yeah, you end up
start doing
being
it.
this
If you're around
same
people that
way.
are disciplined, consistent, driven, you'll become the exact same way. People that dress nicely and well, you'll dress nice. People dress like bums, acting like bums, not taking care of themselves, you'll do the same thing. Like humans, we literally are just maps. We're just looking for something. You know, religion gives us the fitra, the line. I told you when I pointed the book. What did I say? I said it was a manual to life. You need a manual. That's what it is. You need that manual with you in every endeavor that you get into. When you go talk to your colleagues, when you go to work, when you end up getting married, when you end up having a family, when you end up doing that, the religion is there as your manual to keep you in track, to keep your family in track, to keep you on the right path for the literal short amount of time that you're here. Because it's just a testing ground. Just like on the test, you have rules. Just like on the test, you know that you can't. It might feel like a million years, but once it's just 15 minutes in the class time and you're out, right? And there's rules. No taking out a calculator. Maybe that you can't talk to a friend in class. There's different things. Yes, these rules are to keep you in check, to make sure everyone's following the rules in the test. I'm just giving like an analogy to understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, same thing. But that divine purpose was given to us by God, and that's the only purpose that will fulfill us in this world. But I know you say that like you wouldn't believe that until you understand. Truly look into like what God is. I think there's one book over there. Let's see.
But they never go far.
I'm wondering too, so
This one right here. It says,
Yeah.
Making sense of God. This is maybe a good start as well. Can you read this as well? I'll give you this. You can have this, by the way.
and so by the way, what do you think about, the people like, let's say, commit crimes like kill someone or whatever, but they're raised in a family or environment that kind of led them to do that? Like it's like someone could argue that it's not really like an equal playing ground. Like some people are brought up in families and friends that are of worse influences, and thus I guess you can't completely blame them, your influences for your behavior, but especially when you're like a kid or whatever, or even if you're an adult, though, I still think like if you hang around, all those people, you'll eventually commit the same crimes. And it's like, can you really say that person's like it's fair for that person to go to hell, even though they
you, we don't use the word hell, right? I told you God judges us out of His mercy and based on our circumstance that we don't know about, right? Because I don't know your circumstance.
Yeah.
You don't know mine. I don't know the guy over there's circumstance. So I can't say because I saw him do this, he's going to hell. I can't say that because I don't know their circumstance. I don't know how God's going to judge them. You understand? But God's fair. All we know is God is fair. In our book it tells God is fair. He will judge us based on our circumstances. He's fair to us. Every single one of us is fair to us. Good to see you.
Hey, what's up, brother? What's your name?
Hey, I'm Ryan.
He's my good Mr.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
You student here?
No,
He graduated. He has a master's.
Oh, sweet. What do you have a master's in?
in environmental science.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you work for the state or something? Or?
Not yet. No, I'm gonna apply to some jobs soon.
Oh, sweet. Best of luck with
Just
that.
studying geology.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
How's it been so far?
Pretty good. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. We're just spreading the truth. That's all we can do, right?
That's good.
Best
That's
we
good.
possibly can.
How long are you been
I
taking?
think we're ending at 2 today, so probably like around another 55 minutes, 56 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Alright, bro.
Take care,
Good to see
inshallah.
you.
See you, man. Keep you safe, inshallah. Second fight,
Right,
take care,
see
man.
you guys.
See you, Ryan.
See you guys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go pretty
Of course,
soon,
I
but
don't wanna
yeah,
take
go
up your
ahead.
time.
Yeah.
Please, when you get a chance, read the Quran. If you have any questions, you have
Yeah.
my Instagram, just DM me.
Yeah.
I'll try to that page. I'll definitely be able to reach to you as well.
Yeah.
And then but I really hope you do find it, and I really do hope you understand it. And I wouldn't want you. I think it will change your life completely. Master's degree, you have so much to offer the world.
Yeah.
You have so much to offer the world, and whatever cards your parents had, friends, whatever your family treated you, that's nothing to do with you. I think you can turn it like this. And
Well, yeah, I'm not saying the religion's not true because of what they did. I'm just saying like that made me question everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like you, not aside from religion, I feel like you can completely turn the cards in your life. You can make something great out of your reason for being here. So I hope so. And your name again?
Ryan.
Irfan. Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to
Take
meet
care.
you. Okay,
Have a good
see
day.
ya.
Of course.
think it... Did it really turn off? Alright.